You're on.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the planning meeting for Tuesday, the 3rd of June, 2025. Item 1 on the agenda is apologies for absence.
None received.
Thank you. Item number 2, confirmation of the minutes of the meeting held on the 20th of May, and also to receive and confirm the minutes of the meeting held on the 20th of May, 2025. Everybody's had that. Are you all happy with that?
Happy with that?
Yeah. Item 3, declaration of members' interest to receive any pecuniary or other registrable interests relating to items on the agenda. Everybody? Okay. Item 4, we're going to take to confirm the terms of reference for the planning committee. I think we've all had a copy, yeah, and hopefully we've all read. Are we all happy to carry on with that?
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got to declare on one.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Do you want to do it now or as we go along?
I can do it as we go along if you like.
So we're going to make recommendations in respect of our planning applications submitted to tendering up to and including the 3rd of June. So the first application is 25/00740, full, proposal planning application, continued use of land for open storage, and the location is the land.
Chairman, I'm going to declare on this one because they're part of my family and I will leave the room while you do this one.
Okay, thank you, Jane. So it's the land parcel located to the east side of Wolsey's Lane.
Is that the one in red?
Yeah.
Wolsey's Lane Industrial Estate.
Okay.
It's quite a huge area.
What's it currently used for?
It is, can I help?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
Yeah, so this parcel of land is currently already got this approval. And because they're becoming more active, there's a letter attached in the application. Because they're becoming more active and going to use it more regularly, they want to reconfirm their application. So I'm surprised they've even been allowed to do this, but they're actually asking for a reapproval of the same plot of land for exactly the same use. But
What is the use?
it's an open storage, so I suspect that at the moment there's just bits and pieces on it. It will become far more active, and I would expect containers to be stored on it or something like that.
And who's the
What's the
applicant?
company? Because it doesn't say here, doesn't it?
It says in the documentation the applicant is, but
where that actually is.
if you go right the way down there, past where the printers is,
Yeah,
keep going round,
yeah.
yeah.
get to the very end, and it turns round.
Round,
yes.
yeah.
And this is the backland.
Yes.
Oh,
There you
so
are,
it comes back, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of those buildings on that road is the removals company.
Right. So who's going to be using it more?
I'm afraid you'll have to, I can't remember that bit.
No, I can't remember.
Can you go to the actual application site?
It should say it on here really, shouldn't it, I would have thought.
Yeah, who the applicant is.
No, because I don't look at the application form, I just get the
They've
application
already-
number and the proposal.
Yeah,
They've already got planning
yeah,
permission.
but I mean, we usually get an idea by the interest,
we
don't
have
we?
to-
No, it's just, I think for information, so we
Yeah.
know who it is, if people say, obviously, they're
Well,
putting all
usually
this.
get the address, but this is just, they've just called it
For some reason, they don't actually put the applicant's name on these things. But if there's a letter attached to it, so if we look at the correspondence, you can see who the company was. And that's where I read that we've already got this, but we're just doing it again, so all the locals know we've got this approved already. Basically, yeah, check the first one out.
Correspondence.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, try that one. Oh no,
That's my letter,
that's
sorry.
the correspondence from them.
Same noise.
It's like nice, I'll probably just have the address on.
This will just be the letter back to them. Cool. Yeah, have faster internet.
I think it's a general problem, but I don't know my internet's really, we can't get the internet down the line so,
Okay.
so we've got to renew it, but there's some interference.
All right.
Yeah. Because it works for some and not for others, it works intermittently. But we got a whole new broadband and Wi-Fi system put in.
This is, are you talking at home?
No, the
Like
Wi-Fi.
that.
Oh, the Lido.
And it's,
Oh, yeah, I saw the guy, yeah, I met the guy.
yeah.
You still can't get it up?
Yeah.
No,
No,
it's maybe C planning that's put it in.
there's definitely another letter in that correspondence somewhere.
Application form, but then again, it'll probably be them again, because there's.
I mean, it doesn't really make.
Well, it
any
doesn't,
difference.
it doesn't make any
No,
difference.
It's just for
It's a
information
approval,
purposes,
yeah.
I don't think it's a
Yeah.
deal breaker on the decision, but it's just
No.
to know who is
Who it is, yeah.
potentially using it.
So does it actually clarify what they're storing on it, or is that?
Oh, it's just, I think it's called BA, I can't remember the number now, but it's BA and it's open field, open air storage.
Yeah,
And
just-
what does that mean, that they can store?
Well, in my experience, when I was doing this in Thurrock, that was a
Container.
fairground that put their fair equipment in it. In another situation, it was a dealership that put their cars in it.
But nothing hazardous, they'd have to.
No, anything hazardous would have to come under.
Just be a container, like.
Could be
stuff in
contained,
it.
I'm assuming it might be containers.
Okay, so I mean, it's,
Well, it's out of the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not as
It's
sort
the
of.
only, there's about 4 houses that it backs onto, and then there's a block of
Yeah, it's because
apartments.
Jane's gone out because somebody, a relative lives.
Need.
Company is NEEB Holdings,
NEB,
yeah.
What is it?
Neeb,
Oh, yeah.
North Essex, is it?
Ray Raymond,
Yeah, right,
redacted, why is everything redacted?
I always redact the contact information, stops people, because this is a public site, so it stops demonstrators and people like that directly.
Materials, does the proposed development require any materials to be used externally? No.
Okay, well,
So
I've seen enough, yeah,
It's just fine, yeah.
just accept that.
And it does say existing fenced.
I think it
It is just for naught anyway, isn't it?
No, this is,
No, it is an
it's a
application.
re-application.
Yeah,
So we better propose it.
Yeah. so shall we propose that we
Yeah.
accept this? Yeah, Paul?
No objections.
Thank you.
Thank
Can
you.
someone get Jane in, please?
Actually, it might tidy up the site.
Yeah.
When I went round there was all bits and pieces.
We did it in debate.
Right, so there's that 3-storey container unit going inside the back garden. Yeah.
nowhere near, actually, it's to the side of me, but.
And we didn't know where it was.
It's the heliport we weren't sure about.
Yeah.
Neeb,
That's why I had to step out, yeah.
We'll go on to the next one then. Application 25/000745/TCA. Proposal is a silver birch. SB1 is that? Yeah. To be felled, stump to remain, silver birch to be crown lifted by removing the lowest branches on the left hand side up until the main crown break. Remaining crown to then be reduced by 1.1.5 meters.
Meters.
Got it, meters, isn't it? Yeah. Leaving the flowing line where possible. Location is 16 Mill Street. So,
I must imagine it's come through from Clive then.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, as long as the
Providing
tree
Clive
preservation
Dawson
officers have
Preservation
their,
officer says
yeah.
okay.
I looked at the site and
Yeah.
they call them agrologists? No, anyway, whatever they're called,
Yeah.
well, there's a comment from them on the site. The only reason I queried it is why are they cutting it down? I mean, it's in the middle of a bloody field.
yeah.
Whether it's something to do with their view, I don't know.
Don't know the view.
No.
I know.
Well, should we just say as long as the TPO officer's happy with it?
Yeah.
We're happy with
Yeah.
it, all right, yeah. So we'll move on to the next one, application number 25/00769. Full. Proposal householder planning application, single storey rear extension following removal of existing conservatory at 42 Campanile Close.
Well, they've got
So-
to be quite big, haven't
A
they?
really plot there. Yeah.
So,
you go to the plan now?
Yeah. So it's all, they're removing their conservatory and putting a extension on.
Yeah, this is the one that,
Oh.
this is the one that shows it properly. So it's a 6 metre long extension.
Longer.
And what was there before?
Can I just point it out?
It's
It's
stage,
easier if
yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
So
Conservatory was there.
this is the conservatory,
Yeah,
it's filling in that gap,
yeah.
okay? And what that's obviously been taken out and squared off, and then the extension has been
Going
built
out
there.
that way, yeah.
And it's, that distance there is 6 metres, and this, so this and this thing isn't in the same scale to get it onto the piece of paper. But this extension here is 6 metres long, and 7 metres this side because of this bit of extension. So that's going, and that's being built in its place. And if you look at it, the previous plan, where the garden tilts to the left is where that extends to.
So it's a single story flat roof.
Yeah.
Extension.
And,
It's,
yeah.
So that's, see that, that's the extension, just to give you a scale of the whole thing. It's
is it going into next doors?
no, it doesn't extend into, I wonder, it's a single story, so it won't be created.
That's well above the planning line of any other building, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on a different plot.
I don't think there'll be a,
So the one next to it on the left.
Yeah.
Is that going to be compromised in any way by that additional line? I'm assuming there's a fence there already.
Yeah,
It seems to be set back, the whole thing seems to be set back further than the one in front, the one at the side.
Yeah, so number 40 is it on the left?
it's number
but it's away,
40.
it's away from their property though, it's going away.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
going
got-
into
yeah.
their garden,
Yeah.
not,
40's extension comes to there. So this is about
That's
the
right.
same again.
That's what I'm saying.
It's quite big.
That's quite extensive.
Yeah.
Also, the right-hand side to the next one, that's the.
Nothing there,
access.
the right hand side, is
Yeah,
there?
there's an access to the next property. That's a hell of a long way. That must be about 20 metres down there, that current look.
What do we think?
no comments from neighbours?
No comments from
Nothing
anyone?
on that, so everybody's,
I don't think we've got any reason to object to it, have we?
Well, apart from, I think the planning line, everything extends.
I'm not sure there'll be a planning line at the back with that type of angle on it.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, if there's a planning line, it could be an argument that it's the planning line to the rear, which case it gives it that angle.
What's them bits at the bottom of the garden? Those sheds or something?
Sheds, I should think.
what do you think then? Everybody happy?
My own view is it's a bit of an overdevelopment of the site, to be honest.
Do you want to comment on there?
Yeah, well, what do you think?
It's a significant extension, but it would seem to be not impinging on any kind of neighbour sightlines or anything.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think we've got a planning reason to review,
There's no
not if it's single story and.
representations or anything, is it? It's not overlooking anybody by building it.
So you see the story.
So, I don't know whether we neutral, can we go neutral? Because I'm not
We've got none of it.
a big fan of it.
No,
I have to say.
yes.
But then again, we do need a planning reason
No, I
to
was going
say,
to say, I have to say that you have to have
a planning reason.
planning reason to
Yeah.
follow
To be neutral.
possibly not to be neutral.
Yeah.
Well, it'll get passed anyway.
Well, I think.
Well, I'm assuming the officers would have said, hang on, that's
Yeah.
not too big if it was the regulations.
I think I prefer to get a new.
We can be neutral and then make no comment on the application.
But why are we being neutral really? Because there's no
Well,
reason to.
we don't want to say we don't like it.
Well,
Don't
yeah.
Bloody horrible.
They like flat roofs.
It's polite.
You see, I've got no problems personally with that, providing they don't come back to want to put another
Another one on,
story
yeah.
on, and then I
Oh,
think
yeah.
there would be
But then
problems,
But then
but
we could say no,
That-
couldn't we then?
yeah,
would
we
have
can
thought
say
they'd
that,
do
yeah,
another
no,
But I can't
Why-
see
I
where.
can't see there's a
Why
value
we
reason
say-
to
yeah, I
refuse
can't
it, their
see.
footprint is well
Okay,
within
well,
their
approve it.
allowance.
Yeah,
Why don't we approve it and just say
To
that we
keep an eye
note
on it,
the increase in volume or increase in floor
Floor size.
Yeah.
size.
I think I'd like to abstain on that one.
so
Oh,
Rick's abstaining.
I didn't realise this committee was so political.
Yeah,
It's not political, it's just, I just think it's no development of the site.
Isn't
what
it?
about everybody, is everybody else happy with it?
Yeah.
Just
I
make
like-
a comment,
And I
approve
would
with
think
the
the
comment
neighbours
that
would
we.
be horrified with this.
Eh?
I think the neighbours would be horrified.
But they would have been notified.
They'd have been told.
Yeah, they'd have been sent letters.
So we're supporting?
I think we're supporting, but with Rick's abstaining. Is everybody else happy? We'll just comment that we comment that it is a quite large extension.
Well, this is large and could appear to be
Is that right?
kind of more development. It's on a large plot and it appears to be no planning reasons to enforce.
It's not a large plot width-wise, is it?
No.
No, they're all quite narrow actually, aren't they?
I think the calculations are done on the square meterage of the plot, aren't they?
I think you can develop 2/3 of your footprint.
Yeah, and I don't suppose it says whether it's
Obviously that doesn't.
Yeah. Does that include the front garden as well as the back garden?
yeah, with the whole plot.
The whole plot, okay.
Okay, I didn't know.
So
I
we-
tell you
we
what,
didn't
that's
know
pretty
that
close
Rick-
to it,
Rick,
isn't it? Depending on how big the front garden is.
Right, so we'll move on, item 6, to confirm the recommendations previously agreed by email, which was the 25/00633, and it was a planning application, stationing of a 20-foot container. I think this is a bit, probably gone now, isn't it?
Yeah, that follows the meeting on the 6th of May.
Yeah,
It's cancelled, so-
With the hard standing and plant equipment
It's a
for
container.
5, which was for
Yeah,
Sainsbury's,
it's a
wasn't it?
container that's stuck
Yeah.
behind Sainsbury's, so when
Yeah,
because they've lost,
we did all support it, didn't
yeah,
we? So,
if they're just increasing the shop area by taking the storage area out and putting it in the container and putting the storage area as part of the shop.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were happy, we were all happy with that,
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we end the meeting.
Yeah.
Just one point on the,
Oh, okay.
if you don't mind, just being a bit technical,
And end the meeting.
Tracy, do you need a proposer and seconder for the rules?
The rules, oh,
Yeah.
we did.
Terms and conditions.
Yeah,
Well, the
term-
committee
Approve them.
oh, okay, no, that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's a good point though, yeah. Would you want us to do it just in case?
No.
Why not? Okay,
Okay.
I'm happy.
so I'll end the meeting then.
Thank you.